Yo, 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 what's going on? What's going on, everybody? Hey, this is your host, Demetrius with the PPP, Panthers Prime Podcast. I hope you guys are having an amazing Friday, man. Wow. Such great news for the Carolina Panthers, man. Yeah, man. I like everything that, I love everything that David Tepper, Nicole Tepper, Brant Tillis, Dan Morgan, Dave Canellis is putting together, man. Insane gaming. What's up, man? What's going on with you guys, man? What's up, man? What a question to start off with. Do you believe? Yeah, man, that's the question. Do you believe, man? Hey, man, I got a little bit of notes, man. We ain't coming with no fluff today, man. We ain't coming with no fluff, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We're going to get right into it, man. Let me drop myself down real quick. I'm not going to lie, man. I'm excited about what has happened, man, with the Carolina Panthers. You know, we're starting to feel like a team. And listen, I put it inside the chat already. I put it inside the ticker. Is the Carolina Panthers still a poverty team? And I'm going to be honest with you. In some regards, yes, because we haven't put anything on tape yet as far as the 2024 season. You know, that's why, listen, I ain't did no intro. I ain't did none of that stuff. We came straight live because, you know, I want to make sure that you guys understand the trajectory that the Carolina Panthers are actually heading in right now. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. We've actually placed ourselves, and this is going to my first notes here. My first bullet point is the Carolina Panthers now have destroyed the notion that they will not pay talent to stay here in Carolina. They have destroyed that notion with the signings that they've made, the type of signings that they made, the type of free agent acquisitions that they brought here to Carolina. That notion now, to me, has been dispelled. Brian Burns' situation would have hogtied us tremendously. And I'm so glad that we have a GM with a backbone. What's going on, A1? Panthers moving on up, man. Yeah. Candy girl. Yeah. What's up? What's up? Yeah. Yeah. Listen, Panthers are doing their thing. And it's exciting to watch because we're seeing now minds in the front office that know football. We're now seeing a team that's being ran the right way, in my opinion. David Tepper has completely taken a step back. Shout out to David Tepper, though, man. Sportsology. Shout out to all those guys, man. You know, just I'm not gonna lie. This Derrick Brown signing, 4 years. Yeah, let's pull it up real quick. Let me remove myself real quick. Let's pull it up real quick so you guys can see exactly what he's got. And I'm pretty sure you guys have seen this already. 4 years, $96 million, 63.165 mil guaranteed. Now, Derrick Brown's whole career so far, he's only made $23 million so far. His annual salary is going to be a little bit north of $24 million. I mean, the guy has earned it, and I'm glad that Carolina is now starting to treat our star players like somebody. And it took a former player to get us to this point that we're now at right now. So let's get into it real quick. A couple things, man. You know, we're gonna get in here and get out, man, because it's a Friday. I want to go do something. so of course, Derrick Brown signed a amazing deal, man. The one thing that I'm seeing that the Carolina Panthers are doing is they're building the trenches. All right, with the acquisition on the offensive side with Damian Lewis. You know, you got your boy Robert Hunt. They brought in Yosh. They're more than likely going to bring in maybe draft a center. Maybe draft a center. I think that's more advantageous than just sitting Austin Corbett back there and hoping that his knees work. I think the Carolina Panthers are going to do that. And what that shows me is they took a keen, a very magnified look at what the true issue was. Well, I'll say one of the true issues were last year, which was the trenches on both sides of the ball. We brought in players that are aggressive, that are gritty, that are, well known in regards to being known in the NFL. They're from winning organizations as well. And shout out to Brent Tillis. I didn't want this guy at first. I'm going to be honest with you. I wanted Alec Hallaby, but man, Brent Tillis has shown that he can get the job done deal-wise. $100 million to Robert Hunt, 5-year deal, backloaded. You had the 4-year, I believe it was either 3 or 4-year deal to Damian Lewis. Then you had this deal right here. Long-term deals too. Long-term deals. Good moves. Exactly. James Allen Panther. These are good moves, but I'm going to still wait to see because I drank the processed blue Kool-Aid. Listen, man, I think you could drink this processed blue Kool-Aid with a little bit of ease without a chaser because you have someone that's at the helm who's legitimately well knowledgeable about football. He ain't playing around. There's no playing around right now when it comes down to Dan Morgan, which is something I feel the Carolina Panthers have had. Listen, let's go down the list. I mean, Bill Polian, that was our GM. Then Don Capers, George Safran, and I may be pronouncing that wrong. Then you had Dave Gelderman. You had Marty Herney mixed in there, however many times he got mixed in there. Then Scott Fitterer, okay? The best years, in my opinion, maybe came up under Marty Herney and Dave Gelderman, in my opinion. And I'm talking about just longevity-wise. So the Panthers, in my opinion, have made great signings from the day that Scott Fitterer has gotten fired, re-signing Nick Thurman, bringing in great free agents from teams who didn't have losing seasons besides the Broncos. It's the only team that had a bad record. And you see the type of player that we got there in a Josie Jewell. Dan Morgan has, man, listen, I have so much faith right now in this front office staff that going into the draft in the next 20-something days, I'm confident that these guys are going to make the right decisions, that these guys are going to draft the needs and the quote-unquote multiple holes that we have, which I don't think is too many stretches that we have to make as far as draft options. There may be a couple, maybe like cornerback or whatever, and may pick up a wide receiver, linebacker, stuff like that. But I'm fully confident, man. I mean, just fully confident, man. Shout out to 336 Boston. Processed blue Kool-Aid needs more sugar. Yeah, man, it's a little watery, right? Yeah, man. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. It has more sugar in it right now than it had last year. I'm not gonna lie. We was getting old players in free agency. The Brian Burns thing came up, and I'm so glad that we attacked this. Listen, we attacked this situation before it got too crazy. Do you guys remember last week when we had the actual owners meeting? I think it was Sheena Quick brought up the fact that are we looking into a situation with Derrick Brown that won't actually evolve into a situation that happened with Brian Burns. And these guys are not playing around. That's what I'm saying, man. You cannot look at what the Panthers have been and project that on this current front office staff. You can't do it. You just can't do it. You just can't do it. Big Smart said, we always make good signings, bro. I just hope the Panthers fan base will be eligible to live up to the hype year. God bless PPP fan. Facts. Most def, man. I think we're gonna do good. Shalom, my brother. Shalom. Absolutely, man. I think the Panthers are gonna do pretty good. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I feel confident. I think that we're moving in the right direction. We're trending up, and you guys saw the poll that I have inside the chat here. Let's see. Right now we have 19 votes. Actually, we have 29 votes. Are the Panthers still a poverty team? We have 34% of you guys still say yes, and 66% of you guys still say no. are saying no, that you guys believe that we are trending in the right direction. That's all I'm saying. We're trending in the right direction. We're moving out of that poverty world. Why? Think about this. Next year, and this goes to the signing of Derrick Brown. Now, this is my first point. Now we've given the free agency world for 2025 another landing spot to go to, besides the Kansas City Chiefs, besides the Baltimore Ravens, besides the Buffalo Bills, besides San Francisco, because we're handling business now the right way. We're doing business the right way as a team. Now, also, we're changing the culture around here in Carolina. I think that we're going to see that going forward, there's going to be a lot more input from players, coaches to players, and I'm excited about it. Hey, shout out to that. Hey, I actually read your Cash App last time, and I saw what you put on there. So I'm not going to say it again this time, but you know you were. Appreciate the Cash App love. I appreciate that so much. Thank you, man. But the Carolina Panthers have really placed ourselves in free agency next year above where we were this year. You know, there was a lot of question marks. And listen, I know people say, hey, teams, players are going to come to teams to get the bag. I think that is no longer the issue here in Carolina. I think people are going to come here to compete. And I know that may be a little premature right now. And we haven't played a game yet. We haven't even hit rookie minicamp. We haven't hit the draft yet. But this is starting to feel very advantageous for, I will say this, it's starting to feel like we're actually progressing towards big name, high market brand teams. That's what we're heading towards. And I like it. I'm not going to lie. I like it. Big Smurf. Okay, I already read that one. Let's see. Shalom. Yes, sir. Don't say my name. yeah. Yeah, man. I read that the other day. I said, "Oh my gosh, I didn't even see that, man." We're going to be an AFC caliber team in the NFC. Hey, man, listen. I think we have a strong possibility. Why? Because when you look at these teams that are out there, man, in the AFC, they have strong trenches. They really do. They really, really do. And Dan Morgan, understanding and playing the game, understands that you cannot win a football game when you don't have protection for your quarterback, when you cannot stop the run, when you cannot allow plays to develop. Okay? And we watched that. We watched all 17 games here on Panthers Prime Podcast. We broke down the film. We gave out the actual blame that needed to go out. We gave praise when needed to. All right? We did that. We did all those things. We did our due diligence on this channel. And we saw that it's a collaborative issue that stemmed from one place. It stemmed from coaching. Because coaching is going to tell you how to run a scheme. Coaching is going to tell you how to block. You think after 17 games, if this was the Kansas City Chiefs, that the same left tackle would commit the same issues through 17 games? No. Wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen. It would not happen. So, like I said on a amazing podcast the other day, it starts with coaches. It ends with Bryce Young. It starts with the play call. It ends with Bryce Young. Bryce Young gets the play from the coach. The coach is the one that's looking at the tempo of the game. You get your passing game coordinator. You get your game manager. You got guys that are looking at the opposing team, seeing what their defense is doing, seeing what they're shuffling in and out as far as personnel, and they're managing the game. So, yes, it starts with coaching. And listen, I just posted all the different head coaches that we have, with the Carolina Panthers. We have more coaches right now and more positions that are being filled than we have ever had in the organization's whole history. We do. Call it out to you right now. I got it all on my phone. Got it all on my phone right here. So let's see here. Let's start. Yeah. All right, we got Nathan Carroll. Now listen, I got it all in my phone, yo. Everything's in my phone. Nathan Carroll, passing game coordinator. You got Brad Izzett, offensive coordinator. Harold Goodwin, who is an assistant head coach, run game coordinator. You have Will Herringer. That's going to be the quarterbacks coach for Bryce Young. Rob Moore, wide receivers coach. Pat McPherson, tight ends coach. Bernie Parlamé, running backs coach. Joe Gilbert, offensive line coach. You have Colleen Kawau, assistant offensive line coach. Ijaro Evero, defensive coordinator. Dom Capers, senior defensive assistant. Jonathan Cooley, defensive pass game coordinator. D'Angelo Hall, assistant defensive backs. Peter Hansen, linebackers. Team Lukibu, outside linebackers. Todd Walsh, defensive line. Listen, he's going to be killing it. I ain't going to lie to you. This dude right here is going to be killing it. He's going to be killing it, y'all. Bert Watts, safeties. Okay, Tracy Smith, special teams coordinator. Darren Bates, special team assistant. Jim Caldwell, senior assistant. Okay, George Liu, or George Lai, game management coordinator. Scott Cooper, director of coaching development and culture. Okay. Yeah. What? We have a quality control, office quality control coach, Dean Pezzing. Now listen, I don't remember us having that before. Maybe I'm wrong. Mike Burkovich, offensive assistant. You have Mayor. Man, these guys got some crazy names. Claude Hari, defensive assistant. You got Bobby Malif, defensive quality control. And then you have the wonderful Jessica Barkenstein, head coach assistant and coaching operational manager. Listen, shout out to David Tepper, Brent Tillis, and then we have operations, football operations, man. I mean, listen, Carolina Panthers are no longer a poverty team. And Dan Morgan has shown us this over the past couple of weeks as being the GM, even when he was just the interim at the time. This signing right here solidifies it. And I'm not going to lie, I'm excited, man. Let's see. Brent Tillis, Dan Morgan. Let's see here. Yeah, I already did that one. Yeah. So, yeah, I did everything that I was supposed to do. Everything that I said I want to do, I did. Let's see. Hey, PPP. Now we need at 33 is to get Tavondre Sweat, defensive tackle from Texas, 6'6", 360, a pair with A-Train, Grizzly Bear. Okay, Monster 3 front. Yeah, man. Listen, but I'm not gonna lie. I like what we have right now. Now that's a great addition. I'm not gonna lie. That's a great addition. But I like what we have right now up front. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like what we have up front. We can get that. I like what we have up front, though. I do. Should we go for Michi in the draft? I don't know. Listen, we have so much great talent in the draft right now. We can go just about anywhere we want to go right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. It did though with the Chiefs PPP. It was the RT false starting, right tackle false starting. It did though with the Chiefs PPP. It was the right tackle false starting. Okay. A first round game manager. That's crazy. Okay, yeah, man. Texans keep pounding. Hate H-Town Tech. I don't hate you. I don't hate you. Shout out to you guys. I know you guys are excited about old boy Stephon Diggs. Yeah. I talked about that on this channel. We could have got him. We could have got him. But it's all good. Odell is still out there, even though you guys don't agree with me that Odell is decent and we can afford him. Brent Tillis is a numbers guru, and I think that he's well capable of bringing in a player, giving him the right contract, especially someone that produced. I mean, he had 536 yards last year with the Baltimore Ravens, hit his bonus, and was very, very effective when he did come into the game. So shout out to everybody who thinks 30-something years old is old. 30-something-year-old is old now. I don't agree with that, but it is what it is. So my last slide. Carolina Panthers, general manager Dan Morgan. Do you believe in Dan Morgan now? You should. You should be believing in Dan. There shouldn't be any more questions. Stop that. There should be no more questions about whether or not Dan Morgan is doing what he needs to do. There should be no more questions on if we should feel any type of reservations going into the draft or do. Listen, the dude has made every great decision there is. Hard decisions. Hard decisions. You know people hated him for letting go Brian Burns, calling this the worst GM ever. Come on, man. Akeem, what's up, man? Shout out to you, Akeem. Eternal 252. I'd rather get Tyler Boyd. I feel you, man. I feel you. I'm going to be honest with you, man. Carolina Panthers are set up for success right now. And we cannot let our foot off the gas. I don't think Dan is going to do that. He never did it. When you have a player who transitions to the front office, they typically don't take their foot off the gas in that regard. They want to bring in that type of talent. They want to get this team to a place where it's feared, like Dan Morgan has said. And I'm excited. Ain't gonna lie to you. I'm excited about what the Carolina Panthers are going to do. We are, in fact, in business right now. We got so much money in the cap for 2025. What's going on, man? What's going on, SG Thomas? How you doing, man? Hey, guys, if y'all haven't hit the like button for me, please. Hey, you want to subscribe to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you are not a member, become a member of Panthers Prime Podcast as well. All that information is inside the home screen. I ain't going to put it up because you guys should know where it's at by now. But, yeah, Dan Morgan is doing his thing. Brent Tillis, I'm totally behind his decisions. And listen, we're going to have a lot of ebbs and flows when it comes down to the draft, quite possibly. Quite possibly. It might be like that, but you got to trust him. You got to trust him. Right now, Dan Morgan has a solid A in my book. Solid A. Dan's showing us what he can do. Now it's Dave's turn. Oh, yeah. We're going to get to Dave Canellis. Because guess what? Bryce Young was on the clock 2 weeks ago. Dave Canellis is on the clock. Not the type of clock that Bryce Young is on, though. It's a different type of clock. It's a different type of clock. But he's on the clock, too. He's on the clock. He's on the clock. Yeah, make sure you do what Candy Girl said. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. That's right. Dave Canellis is on the clock because guess what? Everybody around him is making moves, doing what they need to do, from the owners to the GM to the finance guy to everybody. Players out there working out. I just seen Raheem Blackshear, Amir Smith-Marset, Amari Barno, Adam Thielen, working out, doing what they got to do. Chuba Hubbard, I see these guys working out, man, doing what they got to do. It's Dave's turn now, man. Dave got to turn up for us. Dave has to turn up for us. And he can do it. I believe he can do it. Bryce better be on the bench. Bryce better be on the bench if we don't win the first 4 games. I'll say this. Bryce Young needs to go on the bench if we go first 4 games 0-3. 0-3, that's a consideration. 2-2, okay. We've at least matched our record from the previous year. 3-1, Yeah, we cooking. We cooking. We cooking with hot grease. 4-0. Who is this dude? What? Who is this guy? You know what I'm saying? So, Bryce Young is up on the microscope as well because, I want to see what Bryce has improved on from the year prior. Has his footwork gotten better? Has his decision making in the pocket, has it gotten better? Because listen, it's going to take more than a year or more than an offseason for a quarterback like Bryce Young, who has shown that he does create his own pressures, who has shown that he's not that fast. He is elusive, but he's not that fast. You got a guy who's on the defensive line who can match his speed. It's over. He's not that dude when it comes down to his running ability. He's quick. He's not fast. So has he gotten better? Does he have pocket presence? Can he manipulate a pocket? He has the weapons now around him to at least give him a wall. And that's at least half the battle. Thank you, Dan Morgan. But like I said, it starts with the coaches and it ends with Bryce Young. The coaches are not in the huddle. They're not on the field. They're not seeing it like Bryce is seeing it. So Bryce Young has to make the right decisions. He just has to. It's no doubt about it. Shout out to Big Tight. What's up, man? Eternal 252. So this is all this assignment just to be told expect the worst? No. I mean, you got to think about this though, Eternal 252. We're coming off a season where we were the worst team in the NFL. So there's always going to be reservation. But if we didn't make the type of signings that we made, like say for instance, we didn't do anything as far as offensive line. We didn't go get no guards. We didn't try to shore up, the defensive side of the ball. We stayed with shot Tuttle only. These things, at least now there's promise that we can be a team that can at least go back and forth. Now, we haven't seen all the offensive weapons come together yet. That's still an issue. I think that Dave Canellis, like I've said in my assessments of him, I think he's smart enough to put together a game plan that's going to be advantageous for Bryce Young. And we've seen Bryce Young make some great plays when given time. When the route tree doesn't look like something drawn up in the dirt at a Pee-wee game on a Saturday morning. We've actually seen this guy do pretty good. We've seen it. Now, you good, Candy Girl. Hey, whatever you want to write, you good. I feel you on that. I walked 6 miles. I see you on that. I walked 6 miles Monday to Friday, 11 miles on Saturday. Stamina. Yeah. I mean, we've seen Bryce Young, like I said, do good things, but the issue is the consistency of it. Can he stay consistent? That's the biggest thing right there. Can he stay consistent? Can he stay consistent? The question right now, the answer right now is no. He can't. He hasn't proven that. His best game was in a loss. So it's hard for us to put a stamp of approval on it. All I can hope for right now, we starting 3-0. I told you. If I told you pitch and fly, you better believe it. If I tell you a duck can pull a truck, go ahead and hook it up. You know what I mean? A little old saying. Yeah. Listen, if Bryce Young comes out and does that, I'll be surprised, but it would show that he's put in work in the offseason. I want to see at least 2 touchdowns from Bryce, man, per game, if possible. 2 touchdowns. That's not too hard to ask for. That's not hard to ask for at all. Yeah. This was Derrick Brown, and it turned into a Bryce Young thing. It's not too hard. It's not too hard to ask for that. Shout out to Derrick Brown getting that deal done, man. But it's not too hard to ask for. I think that Bryce Young has the ability to be an average quarterback that can win games, not elite, Average quarterback, game managing quarterback. Someone that can go in there, and this is only the assessment from year one. Someone that can go in there, that can battle for 60 minutes, that can, at least put something up on the board. He can at least do that. So I'm excited. I'm not going to lie. Someone asked me earlier, what about J.C. Horn getting a contract? I don't think that's going to happen. J.C. Horn to me is a straight up wild card. J.C. Horn has not been physically available to play for the Carolina Panthers in the past couple of years. He's a dynamic player when he is on the field. He's just never on the field. So a deal going to him, if he doesn't perform well, is highly unlikely. Highly unlikely. Also, I looked at some of the cap stuff or whatever. I think the Carolina Panthers are sitting pretty good going into the draft. We don't have no dead money sitting right now. Everything has been absolved. I'm looking at this is possible, Miles Sanders trade post-June that may allow us to free up some more stuff and possibly another free agent wide receiver. Now, I have my thoughts on who I would like to see. Don't know if that's going to happen with that player, but I do believe that we're going to make one more free agent wide receiver signing. Okay, I think that's going to happen. You cannot go back down the same route that you went down with Jonathan Mingo, and not bring in someone that can at least help Adam Thielen out. Yeah, I have faith in Deontay Johnson, but it's not that type of. It's not strong faith. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not. It's not. Pigs can fly. They I'm not gonna read that in its totality. I'm not gonna read that. JC gets traded too. Not too sure, man. When I looked at it, I don't think it would be advantageous for us to trade him right now. I think he's here for one more year. I wish we would have gotten Gabe Davis. Yeah, I wanted Gabe Davis. Gabe Davis was someone that was high on my radar for as a free agent. We should have gotten Gabe Davis. I think he would have been a lot better than a Deontay Johnson, in my opinion. Yeah, it's time. Kenny says it's time for the team to demand better this year from Bryce. That's a fact, man. It's only right. It's only right. We got to demand better from Bryce Young. He's our franchise quarterback, at least right now, and he's on the clock. If he doesn't perform well this year, Dave Canellis already said he has no love for any of these people. None. Maybe his draft picks that he brings in, he'll start forming a little bit of love for him. But other than that, he can care less, man. You see what he did with Brian Burns. You see what they did with Frankie Louvu, Dante Jackson, Jeremy Chin. Bye-bye. Up out of here. They don't care. Why should they? They want to win. And us Carolina Panthers fans should want to win too. Get out of your emotions. Get out of your all that other stuff. Every sign that they made sense. From Amir Smith-Marsette's one-year deal to Raheem Blackshear's one-year deal to doing the Robert Hunt, Damian Lewis, Alshon Robinson, Josie Jewell, Kaylavon Chasen, DJ Wanham. All these signings made sense. Jadeveon Clowney, just those names alone. Just those names alone. Nick Scott, Jordan Fuller. I mean, come on. You got to give the man an A. Shout out to Dan Morgan, man. You got to give him an A for this, man. Channel 252, we need an offense that's going to bark in Bryce's face. I believe Bryce Young is going to get that, especially from Deontay Johnson. Now, if we do bring in, what's his name? We bring in Odell Beckham, in my opinion. Listen, I did a whole video on it, man. I did a whole video on Odell Beckham possibly coming to the Carolina Panthers, or the Panthers should consider Odell Beckham. I think he has A lot of upside. I know he's had injuries, but I think he has a lot of upside left in him, man. Oh yeah, and also Derrick Brown got his deal. What? 3 days before his birthday. He's about to turn 26 years old. Shout out to Tim, man. That's a great birthday gift, man. 96 mil, 63 mil guaranteed. That's an amazing birthday gift. Hey, I know wifey and the kids are excited, man. 4 more years in Carolina. And who's to say that it probably won't be extended even more past that? So 4 more years, he'll be 31, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31 years old. And if he's still playing at a high level, he might get another contract out of this, man. Will this be the longest? Well, no, J.J. Jensen is. But on the defensive side, has there ever been anyone that has played past 3 full contracts for Carolina? That should be some pretty good homework for me. should be some pretty good homework, man. Yeah, man. Hey guys, real quick, if you want to become a member of Panthers Prime Podcast, all you gotta do is go to the homepage, sign up for the $3.99 plan, and become a member of Panthers Prime Podcast. Got some stuff that I'm working on. I had the babies for spring break, man. That's why I haven't been live for the past couple of days. What you say, Vince Wilfork? What you say? He's going to be like Vince Wilfork. Facts, man. Sure is a great, yeah, man. Yeah, Candy Girl. I'm gonna be in Cola on Sunday, Candy Girl. Yeah, I'm gonna be down there picking up some people down there. So excited about that trip. Guys, we about to get up out of here, man. We're not going to be here long. Shout out to Derrick Brown for getting his deal. Shout out to, here's the deal details one more time. 4-year, 96 mil, 63 of that guaranteed. And do you believe in this man here now? Stop playing with him. Get that old thought process out your mind, man, that Dan Morgan can't get the job done. Fully capable of doing that. Fully capable of doing it. So I'm excited, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Hey, we up out of here. About to go enjoy my Friday night, man. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow when I get to Anderson, South Carolina. But this is your boy Demetrius with the PPP, Panthers Prime Podcast. You know what time it is. Let's go.